This is the episode that the entire series has been leading up to. It's the Champions League final between Arsenal and Inter Milan at an Olympic stadium in the Ukraine. Let's go, boys. So as I said in the intro, this is the episode that the entire series has been leading up to. It's something like the 110th episode of this series in general. It's episode 16 of Club 4 with Arsenal. Drop a like on the video, subscribe to the channel. Let's get into a little bit of a build up to the game. We're going to go into our competitions and have a look at the Champions League. And we'll have a look at the league phase. Inter Milan finished 4th in the league, so they were just one place below us, 3 points behind us. They lost to Lyon away and Bayern Munich away, but at home they beat Club Brugge, Dynamo, Feyenoord, Galatasaray, Barcelona, who we put out, of course, and Napoli. In the round of 16, Inter played PSG, beat them 3-0 over the course of 2 legs, 1-0 in the away leg, 2-0 in the home leg. In the quarterfinals, they put out Bayer Leverkusen 2-1 over the course of 2 legs. It was a very tight affair, that one. And in the semi-final, of course, they put out Valencia 6-0 on aggregate. Now, you could argue, other than Barcelona in the group stage and PSG in the round of 16, that Inter have not particularly faced much by way of competition. They have got Esposito, who is the second top scorer in the competition this season, with 11 goals. In terms of who we've got for most goals, we have to go down to joint 4th with Kenta Mahara on 9, and Nick Jonas-Schmetz is joint 6th on 8. We do have Mahara and Saka in the average rating area, and Mahara as well in the assists. Talking of Kenta Mahara, if we come to the news items and just filter for Kenta Mahara, he's been winning some awards. So he won the Footballer of the Year award. 22-year-old Mahara put in a string of good performances this year, scoring 18 goals in 34 games with an average rating of 7.54. He then went and won the Players' Player of the Year. He was second in the Premier League Top Goal Scoring Award, and he's also won the Young Player of the Year award. So he's had a bit of a clean sweep himself. Also, in terms of players that have won awards, we'll have a look at Restes, because he's won the Golden Glove award for the most clean sheets, keeping 20 clean sheets in the season, ahead of Anatoly Trubin and Aaron Ramsdale at Manchester United. And in terms of the team of the year, Restes, Escalada, Saliba, Mahara, Van Persie in the team of the year for us. That's a pretty dominating Arsenal team of the year, really. In terms of injuries, we do have a couple of concerns. Calvo is back in the team. Lorenko Pataka picked up an injury between the game against Leeds and this game here. It was only like for 1 to 2 days, but he is back and available. Obviously, Diomande and Nwaneri are still out injured and will not take part in this game. So let's get into the game. I've dressed for the occasion, as you can see, in my Arsenal shirt. I thought, seeing as it's a Champions League final, the least I could do is get dressed appropriately for it. So we'll click the opposition instructions. They tell us to go cautious. We're not going to go cautious. I am so nervous for this game, I've got to tell you. So, our team, Restes in goal, Calvo and Pataka in the wing-back positions, Escalada and Saliba in the centre of defence, Zaire Emery and Silva in the centre of midfield, Van Persie and Saka out wide with Mahara in behind Schmetz. I did consider bringing Bruce in for the left-hand side and putting Van Persie up top, but Schmetz has done really well for us this season, so we have to stick with him and have faith with him. Let's submit our team. Everyone seems to be encouraged and satisfied. That's wonderful news. And let's get into the match. They've got Diego Simeone as their manager. This is their team. Gabriel Moscardo is a very good player in the game. If you get him early on in the game, you can turn him into a 4 to 5 star player, no problem at all. Scarponi is absolutely immense at the back. I have considered buying him myself in the past. Jerry Doku, we obviously know, and there's Esposito, their captain, their top goal scorer. And on the bench, I mean, don't really know these players, but I'm sure they've got pretty good depth considering they're in the Champions League final. I don't know where they are in terms of their league. I forgot to look at that. And they're playing a weird formation, 3 at the back, 3 in front of them, and then this little box here with Docker and Esposito up top. We're playing a more traditional 4-2-3-1 formation. Right, here the players come walking out onto the pitch, the Champions League flag in the centre circle. I am so nervous. I can't recall being this nervous for a game on Football Manager for such a long time. I mean, do they usually have men in suits standing there ready to wave the little flag that they do? Obviously, the Champions League music would have been playing there as well. So this looks a disgustingly defensive formation from Inter Milan. So the game is underway with 10 minutes in. We're the first team to have had any shots at goal. Inter Milan do seem to have kept possession of the ball quite nicely though. And there's no highlights so far. Hopefully we get a highlight soon. It doesn't end up being 0-0 after 90 minutes with not a single highlight. So that's a bit of a anti-climax. But I kind of feel that's how Inter want to play. They want to keep it tight. They want to keep it defensive and just pick a chance when they get it sort of thing. We do have play for set pieces on. Right, here's our first highlight. Inter have the ball. You can see they're 3 at the back formation with the ones in front of them as well. So they're obviously quite rigid in their formation. They don't tend to come out of that too much. We need to try and win the ball back. Press them high up the pitch, which is what we are trying to do. Here's Gabriel Moscardo. Inter Milan playing it around. Oh, I thought we'd won the ball back then. Doku's through. He's hit the post. Oh, wow. So the first highlight was definitely Inter Milan's highlight. It didn't result in a shot in target, but that was the only highlight for the first half. So outstretched arms, no. Pump fist, there you go. Go and win that trophy and show everyone what we're capable of. A few of them got a bit excitable about it. They have made a substitution. Has Esposito come off? Oh, wow, their top goal scorer has come off. I'm assuming he must have had an injury to have come off at half-time. So I think what we're going to do is we're going to make a substitution of our own. I'm going to put Van Persie up top and bring Alistair Bruce in here. It's the only substitution I'm going to make for the time being. Even though Van Persie technically has not really played a great game so far. Inter Milan have the next highlight. This is a concern that we've not had a highlight yet, and we're 65 minutes into the game. We are not really getting the opportunities that we would normally create. And this has been a poor performance from us, really. And Doku's weaving his way through. Oh, they've gone and scored. I'm not even going to... Kiergaard, I think his name is. Oh, it's a great goal, don't get me wrong, but Inter Milan are 1-0 up. And we need to do something. We need to make some substitutions as well. Mahara's not having a good game. This is a problem. We need Kenta Mahara to be playing well for us. Otherwise, we just do not click ourselves. Oh, what are we going to do? Kai Havertz. I can't take him off. Do we bring Kai Havertz on as a striker? Maybe we take Calvo off for Parisi as well. Oh, this is terrible. We can't lose this. This is our Champions League. It's the last game. It's the one that really matters. Right, we have a corner. Mahara puts it in. It's a poor corner from Mahara. The ball's been cleared. Saka picks it up. Gives it to Zaire Emery. Oh, and he's just giving the ball away. And that's completely not what he's been doing this season. And how is it we've just forgotten to play football? Inter Milan have the ball. They're building very patiently. They've put it in. Oh, God, I thought that was going to be an own goal then. And the highlight ends. Right, we're going to have to do something. We've got 10 minutes left to try and get a goal. And I think we're going to bring Calderon on for Saka. God, I just don't know who else to bring on. Jack Gordon, there's no way we can throw him in at this stage in the game. Saliba can probably come off for Kayunda. That's the last of their substitutions. We've got 10 minutes left. Come on, boys, we need to be doing something. We've only had 2 shots on target in the entire game. They've only just had the second shot on target. They've just got a shot on target and scored it. And we're losing the Champions League final. I don't believe this. Not even getting a highlight or anything. And that's it. We've lost the Champions League final against Inter Milan. I mean, any talk of the series potentially being over, well, obviously it's not, because we still need to win the Champions League. But beaten finalists, we'll watch the trophy list. It hurts to watch. It really does. Seeing Inter Milan raising that trophy, that should have been us. It should have been red and white. I mean, I even put the kit on for the occasion. I mean, what more do they want from me? So, yeah, we'll leave now. We don't need to watch them celebrate and whatever else. Failure is always hard to take, but I'm disappointed to miss out on the trophy. Yeah, fine. I feel so deflated. We've had such an amazing season, but I just feel totally and utterly deflated and dejected. That has not gone anywhere near according to plan. And we've got 13 million for losing. Great. What a joy. 5.5 million for the television revenue, 23 million for the coefficiency ranking pool. All the money will come in handy. I mean, we need all the money we can get, quite honestly. In terms of the finances, what that does for us, we're 150 million in the red. While we're here, actually, I did actually put in an offer for a player. Don't know if I can find him down here anywhere. I should be able to. It wasn't that long ago. And he looks a pretty decent player. 16-year-old. I can't remember what his name is now, though. But, oh, here we go. So it's this guy here, Samuel Vitali, can play in the defensive midfield position as a deep line playmaker, can also do a ball-winning midfielder role. Would be an excellent signing for the future. He's got a minimum fee release clause of 25 million. Quite happy to activate that. We activated. He wouldn't have joined until next summer because he is only 16 years old, and it would have been the 30th of June, so he would have just turned 18 by then. And he doesn't have an agent, but whoever was negotiating the contract for him started off wanting £13,000 a week. He also wanted a 10% yearly wage rise, which I don't give yearly wage rises to people, so I took that out. And he then bumped his asking price for his wage up to £65,000 a week, and it was orange. So basically, there was no room to negotiate. And I was just sitting there thinking, I'm not paying him £65,000 a week. He's currently on 1.3 thousand. So I just walked away from it. And again, that kind of brings me to another issue I have with the transfer side of things in the game, that whoever's advising this guy, it's just terrible terrible representation that he's got. You know, to turn down an opportunity to come to a club like Arsenal, who we're, you know, Champions League runners-up, we won everything else, and he's basically saying, no, pay me that or nothing, I'm walking away otherwise. Makes no sense. Where's negotiation in that? You know, if he'd come back and said 65 grand without being orange, it would have shown I could have negotiated the price with him a little bit. But yeah, not particularly good. Right, we're not going to go through a season review or anything now. That will be in tomorrow's episode as part of the transfer special. Really disappointed to have missed out on the Champions League, the only trophy we needed. But we go again next season. We'll have a few new players come in. We'll have players leaving, no doubt. And we'll see if we can collect more trophies next season. But that is now the main aim. That is what's stopping us. This is what is keeping this series going. So let's go and win the Champions League next year. Get over the disappointment of today. Thank you very much for watching the video. I'm sorry I couldn't deliver that trophy for you, everybody. Please leave a like on the video. It made me feel better anyway. Subscribe to the channel. And I'll see you tomorrow for the next episode. Thank you very much for watching. Bye.